When Mark woke up, he felt good. He felt great. There was lots of things that went into play. Lots of different things that went into effect. He had stretched out. The past few days, nothing bad was happening, which was good. He'd finally get a break. He did mind fighting, but it took a toll on the body, on the mind. And he was a warrior. He had went out and began to help Applejack. Helped her with this year's Applebuck season. He was a huge help. The Apple family was more than happy to have him on their team, in the family, just to help out. But after that awkward situation with AJ, he didn't know really what to think. Mark was sitting there, taking his boot, moving back, and then rearing forward with a well-placed kick, slamming his boot into the tree, causing apples to shake and falter down onto the ground where they could be collected for the harvest. He was in the back of the property, while the rest of the Apple family was in the front, around their house and barn, taking care of those trees, while he was near the fence line, taking care of those. He only had one more fence line to go. He had been working non-stop. He decided to take a small break. He moved back, admiring his work. To be honest, he couldn't be more happy. What he did do is he put both his hands together, moved them up, and stretched, hearing a few satisfying pops from his back, and hearing a few satisfying pops from his arms, stretching his legs also outward, hearing a few different pops from his legs. He'd felt satisfied. When he'd looked out, he'd seen AJ. Except she wasn't bucking. She was trotting towards him. Time paused. He'd remembered that very day he was pushed up against the barn wall and kissed. He was just shocked. Those green eyes were alluring. Those eyes drive him crazy. Her character drives him crazier. She's perfect. He just never felt love like that in a long time. But he's never experienced that kind of love. Whilst he was standing there, oblivious, AJ had walked directly up to him and said, Sugar Cube? He looked down, staring at the mare. Said, sorry, yes, AJ? I just, wanted to apologize for last time in the barn. things got a little carried away was all. He frowned slightly. Frowned slightly at her. He didn't really want her to feel that way. Feel like she had to take stepstones around him to avoid hurting him in some way. That would suck. It really, really would suck. AJ, you don't got no Sugar Cube, it's alright. Well, I mean, Mark, it's alright, Sugar Cube. I should have realized. We're both different. And, well, I'm sorry. He stared at the water, taking a rock and chunking it as it skipped and said, AJ, can I tell you something? Sure thing, Sugar Cube. What do you have in mind? Well, his heart thumped a little faster as he said these words. It's not that I don't like you. It's just, we've only known each other a good 6 weeks now. And on top of that, we're different. Well, what do you mean, Sugar Cube? I don't mind. No, I know you don't mind it. But what will the others think? Your family, the people, your friends. I'm worried about that. I'm worried about your reputation. I don't care about me. I care about you. She stared in shock that he was so thoughtful and caring for her. Her safety, her reputation, everything that was her, he cared. She let out a brief chuckle and said, Now, Sugar Cube, you don't think I haven't thought about all that? He looked and said, No, I bet you have. It's just, I don't want you to jump to conclusions about something, because, well, you can be a little stubborn at times, and you won't really think a whole lot through, he said as he began dragging a small dagger that he had at hand across some wood. Look, AJ, it's alright, because let me tell you, is that I feel an endless amount of love for you. My heart pours out like the night sky streams out its stars. It streams out like a patch of flowers, colors everywhere, shining its life and magical energy out. You are beautiful, whether you know it or not, but I'm just worried for you, and before any more words can be exchanged, AJ pushed herself up on her hind legs, both of her forehooves laying on both sides of his shoulder. He was dead in his tracks. as she said, "Well, let me tell you one thing, lover boy, is that I don't really care much. Sure, I care about my family and all, but I gotta tend to something that I need." Staring at him, leaning in a little close. Caring about something you need. Huh. Let me tell you, AJ, those are some dangerous words. I mean, I'm an alien after all. Sugar Cube, you don't think I've thought about all that? No, I think that you've thought about all that, but I just don't think you're thinking it through hard enough. Y'all better quit your moaning and listen up real quick right now. If you don't think I've thought about it before, Sugar Cube, you're wrong. I've thought about it countless times. And if you don't think I don't get a little worried about it, you're wrong. I know the risks, Sugar Cube. I know what may or may not happen. Y'all know this better than anyone. And I think that we should try to get to know each other better. Not just as friends, but as something else entirely. He says, "Well, AJ, here's the thing. You don't know me entirely. As good as I am, there's still bad in me." And before he can say another word, their lips connect. Thousands upon thousands of little firecrackers begin to burst and crackle in his stomach as butterflies fly and begin to gently float out of him. His mind goes blank as his heart begins thumping. It feels like it's on fire. He forgets about the pain that he has been through. He forgets about anything important that may or may not happen. For once, his mind's at rest, at ease. Staring at her, he says, "Well, after they break the kiss, let me tell you something, AJ. Are you sure you want to go down a path like this? I mean, I know you're known to do I know you may or may not be into dangerous stuff, and I'm pretty dangerous." She let out a soft chuckle and said, "Shoot, lover boy. It's gonna take a whole lot more than just you to take me down." Mark got a devilish smirk for an angel. His wings came out of his back. "Really now?" he smirked. He took his chest plate. He took off his armor. AJ was confused as he backed away. Once he was out of it, he grabbed her. She yelped as she was tackled into some hay. He says, "Well, if you're really into dangerous stuff, maybe I can show you a thing or two." She let out a soft little giggle. as he took off AJ's hat and put it on himself, smiling goofily and stupidly. He knew what he was doing. He was dumb, just messing around. As good friends, or maybe more. He planted a quick kiss on her cheek, and then planted one on her forehead, and then her nose, her neck, and then eventually on her mouth. They interlocked, peacefully, happily, blissfully. The feeling was extraterrestrial. It was different, alien, unknown, foreign. It was magical. However, he could still feel that he was in danger. He was in danger. But he pushed that aside and continued his assault, peppering Applejack with kisses. His heart, it felt incredible. He didn't just feel like he was flying, he felt like he was floating. He felt alive.